Trayce Peterson, Director of Multicultural Affairs. I've been at the college for 13 years. Attender at Clear Creek Friends meeting, which is a part of Ohio Valley yearly meeting. And I think Earlham is a uniquely Quaker institution in a number of ways, and each of these things are very important, I think, for why I continue to stay at Earlham. One is the attention that we really do play or give to the governance process at Earlham, and I mean that for the entire institution. And I think students, faculty, and staff play an enormous role in governance at Earlham, and I think that's decidedly Quaker, and it's very important. So the use of the Quaker-based consensus, I think, helps to undergird our Quaker identity in really tangible ways for students, faculty, and staff. I'm always amazed when alums come back and say how much the governance of the college really impacted them and helped them to be much more self-reflective. So I think that's one. I think the other important thing has to do with how we ground ourselves and how we understand ourselves as a community. And that's really rooted in a document that faculty, students, and staff really reflect on seriously, and that's our Principles and Practices document. It's enormously important in terms of how we understand ourselves and how we see ourselves interacting with the larger community, as well as it's a guiding document, and in many ways it is a living document for us. And each generation of students, which is really exciting, gets to look at that document and see whether it really reflects the values that are important for those students as they're gathered in this community. And the third thing that I think is really important about Earlham is its decided intention to think about faith and practice. And for folks who are religious, that's real easy. But for people who don't see themselves as particularly religious, this notion of thinking seriously about what it means to transform the world in which we live in, because most people come to Earlham to work or to live or to play, are really interested in that process of transformation. So what does it mean to be decidedly involved in that pursuit and to practice that? So I think the one wonderful thing about Earlham is holding that tension of the intellectual pursuit with applied application. So how is that made manifest? So if you think about the college and the work that it tries to undertake with students, that very tension of thinking deeply about something and then trying to apply it to one's everyday life, to classes, to field study work that students may be doing, for social engagements that students are involved in. That tension is always present. Are we perfect? Certainly not. We have many aspirations, and if you look at the documents that faculty and students have crafted, the Religious Life Statement, our Diversity Aspiration Statement, those are high aspirations that we have, but it's always with the goal of really trying to, and I think this is the Quaker part of this, is to still oneself, so that as an individual you might figure out what it is that you might be called to and how that is related to community.